Innovative.
You know how in the project and shit, you got that one person that be making sure, nigga, you ain't paid your rent, you gotta get out and shit.
Yeah.
It's like they got one of them motherfuckers that set
He
everything
super,
up and they
the
be
super.
like, the
That's
nigga
the
hit a
super.
nigga on Snapchat or something like, hey, nigga, it's on, nigga, come move in. Or some
Hey,
shit,
it's
you know what
one
I mean?
dude they showed over there off of like King. I think off of like King and like Broadway or something. He had the sheets and the couches, and it was on World Star. He was like doing a tour. He was in a robe, and he was like, "You ever seen that shit? That shit went viral." And he was like, "And here we have shoes for all the ladies. We have purses if you need some."
God damn.
He was like, "Here we have a cooler. We keep all our food in there. You know, it's not running." He was like, "It's not running, but we just keep stuff in there, keep it fresh as it can. We have a toilet." He was like, "We got the sheet up. If you need to use the toilet, make sure if you do number one, that's fine. But if you do number two, just put your own bag in the toilet." It's like so you can at least sit down on it, so you ain't, I guess, squatting in it. I'm like, and that was about 4 or 5 years ago, so that probably is the exactly same like area that you was talking about. They probably just upgraded it in the last 10 years. Because that shit, he was doing that with sheets and couches and cots. And he literally had it set up like.
I can tell you specifically which underpass is that.
Which one is it?
It's the one off of the 10 freeway, South Central, in between like downtown LA and South Central.
Bro,
and,
that's like every motherfucking every overpass.
Got
there's 10 of them bitches.
That's
But, like,
it's like
this one was,
I seen
like,
a nigga
thick,
with a
'cause,
Canadian
like-
flag out there. Like,
Yeah.
he was just like, I'm out here.
Which fucking street is that shit?
King 36.
Nah, it's
Well, like 29th?
I gotta look
Yeah,
it
because
up
he
and
said
shit.
more on Ward of 10, so
It's-
that's more like Adams.
Yeah.
I stay off. I always
Yeah,
look off Adams and shit.
So it is like,
all right, you gotta get on the
like
10.
Washington.
Yeah.
It's by
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, they always been.
They all down there, especially like Santee Alley and all
Yeah,
around there.
that
Like
shit
all over there, bro. That's like.
Because they see
right,
what
right,
they
right,
did.
right.
They pushed all of this. Like Skid Row was always Skid Row, and it was all downtown was downtown. But when they gentrified downtown,
Not like-
they pushed all of the people from
Yeah.
Skid Row down to like say King and Central. Because I used to live when I lived on Central.
they moved them the other way too, because a lot of them in MacArthur Park too.
They went more towards Los Angeles Street. They pushed them farther downtown, and then they pushed them
East.
farther south. They pushed them farther east and farther
So they
south.
like-
Because
they
I
probably like
lived
2
over there
blocks
anyway. That's
away
when I stayed
from,
on
like,
46, and
all the
I
fashion
used to
shit.
see. I was like, where are these like
Okay,
white
yeah,
homeless
fashion
people
district
coming
and all that
from?
shit.
Like
It's like
it
2
would be
blocks
like
away
a
from
lot of
Fashion
random
District.
ones.
It's
Like,
like they be like on 3rd Street,
Yeah.
Street and like
Okay.
Spring, like all through there, bro. Like if you go through there, like I normally would go through there late. You know what I'm saying? Just to fly the drone and shit at night. You know what I'm saying? And they be all out there. You know what I mean? So I feel more comfortable hanging around them niggas. You know what I'm saying? So I just park.
Right.
You feel me? I fire up a blunt. I put the drone in there. The niggas be like, wow. You know what I'm saying? And shit.
you entertaining them niggas? Huh?
Hey, bro, I'm
You
entertaining them niggas at the
niggas.
same time. You know what I mean? Like, you know, because like, let's just be real, bro. Like, motherfucking California is fucking expensive.
And they doing it. They're gentrifying California just to. So if you can't afford it, get the fuck out or just fall off.
And then like they
there's no other option of we're moving you to Victorville or we're moving you to Riverside like they used to give niggas Section 8. Now it's just get the fuck out of your apartment.
They put $527 million inside homelessness. Let's see how much of that fucking money actually goes there.
We're gonna buy them
you know what I'm
niggas.
saying?
It's
We're gonna buy
also
them
the
niggas to
people.
Rubbermaid buckets.
Yo, it goes to all the
and-
people hired to like manage that shit.
Hired to them niggas gonna be pulled up in Rolls Royces and all kind of shit.
Bro,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like,
Be affording their house payments. They're like $2 million houses and shit.
Yeah.
Right? $3 million houses.
But I want to
school,
share something with y'all, man. Like on some real shit, man. Like if you really, if the shit is really that expensive to where you can't handle it, you know what I'm saying? Like they really, like you gotta really look online, man. There are houses, there's affordable housing in areas where you can never think of, bro. Like I've been shopping around in Irvine for the past 3 weeks for a place, man, and I've been like just walking up to places and they like, hey, look, this is low income. Man, that shit look like a fucking luxury apartment, okay?
Yeah.
And they are $600 a fucking month, y'all. Damn. You know what I mean? In the city of Irvine, you have to go into the city website. You have to really dig. Yeah. You know what I mean? If you dig, man, there are over 30. Every single luxury apartment home that's inside that city is required to have low-income facilities for people that cannot afford $3,000 to $4,000 a month on an apartment. You know what I mean? So if you just go tap in, and you don't have to be on the county, it's none of that. It's just that if you're living on like minimum wage, they say $20 an hour is fucking minimum wage now. You know what I mean? So if you're in low-income area, go on to the City of Irvine's website and go look for that low income situation. One of the apartments' name is called Granite Apartments. All right, so that's all I could give you, man. Just go on the Irvine website, man, and that should help you take yourself out.
Yeah, they really don't make that shit easy to find though. Like,
hell no, you gotta search for that shit, bro. You gotta be a truther. You gotta be a nigga that's researching.
That's crazy, man. Yeah, so it's by like Naomi. I was looking it up. It's like Naomi's in like Central.
Yeah.
Like one. It's like both of those, but like the one on Naomi is the one that's more developed because it's right by like.
Naomi's where the church is, right? No, that's Trinity.
Yeah, it's Trinity.
That's Trinity where the church
like,
is.
That one is like the last exit to go.
I know.
Like,
I know
east.
exactly what you're talking about.
You know
now.
what I mean? Like,
because I used to get off before I had my car and get off the train. Even when you just get off and the train turns from Long Beach and you just see all the tent, and that was 2018. I did your podcast. That was like early 2020, end of 2019.
I think we did a couple. Yeah,
Yeah, we did the first one was like
19,
the end of 2019, and the second one was like after like COVID, maybe a few months in, and everybody was like, "Fuck it." But it was building before that when I was still working out in Long Beach, and I would like catch the train, and I would see that just getting off the train over there, Trade Tech, and you see the tents all of a sudden like across from the school. You're like, it's homeless people everywhere. They're gonna be everywhere always, but it's like
the number.
It was
of
like,
them.
and it's just the placement of it. It's like, and I don't want to be like you should hide or be somewhere because everybody didn't fell on hard times.
Bro.
But
like,
it was
the
like
city
they were
moved
like,
their ass. The police moved their ass.
But not no more though. I think one maybe because of COVID.
Yeah,
but even that shit happened on my corner, bro. Like these niggas popped up on my corner, and it was like, and they were like young niggas. That's where I got my whole new like homeless set from because that shit really happened. These niggas set up shop, was on the corner, deep as fuck. And just, it's like a party. These niggas, and they weren't crackheads. Like, they would probably smoke. Some of them were, but these niggas were like fit.
Regular motherfuckers.
In tents with TVs, bikes, to back tents.
They just not trying to pay that rent no more, bro.
This nigga had a golf cart. One nigga had a golf cart. He would just park his shit. Like, these motherfuckers out there, like, laughing in the mornings and shit. I'm like, y'all niggas ain't, I don't know. I don't want to make it look like because you homeless, you got to just be fucked off. And I don't want to see you smile, but it's like,
dude, like
it's
last
just when
summer,
you see a nigga like, you look happier than all of us, nigga.
That
you
nigga
like,
got to pay that motherfucking rent.
Yeah. And you got bitches coming over to the tent and shit.
Man,
yeah, they're for real though. They really do. They really do. There was a guy I saw like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. This motherfucker had a fat ass tattoo of the state of Indiana on his back. I was like, how the fuck did you get you out here, bro? Like, god damn.
That was like a $600 tat.
He was outside throwing a football, one of these skinny ass like white looking dudes or whatever and shit. Like, but he was
like Boys in the Hood, gentrified version.
Yeah, I know. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, yo,
let me see the ball.
Straight out of Gary. Like,
Gary.
Shout out Gary, Indiana.
Shout out Freddie Gibbs though.
That's my whole family from Gary. Shit.
Okay,
yeah, my brother, they moved out there.
Chicago's right there.
Yeah, they moved from Gary all the way to Lafayette. They got the fuck out of Gary.
Damn, Louisiana.
Homelessness is a serious problem, man. California, you need to fucking change some shit.
They just
Quit
gotta
trying
like
to be getting rich all the goddamn time, man. Yo, people gonna turn on your ass. You keep doing that shit, and they just gonna take your shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just like the Bible say, bro. You better take care of the people. But then again, how you could take care of the people when you serve a different people. You know what I'm saying? You serve the other people. You don't serve the people. You serve that other person.
Another thing they don't talk about in terms of homelessness is like preventing that shit from happening. You feel me? Like making sure people got jobs, making sure people get like.
So see motherfuckers that want to work and they're like, nigga, I'm willing to work. Give me a spot I can pay rent in if I have a job.
But let's just be real, bro.
But there's people like that just fuck off.
That just want to.
That's always gonna be. That's always gonna be
some
small poppers.
Some people just don't even give a fuck. They don't want to do all that.
You can put them up in a penthouse and they gonna smoke. Hit a pipe.
Todd Marinovich, bro.
Fucking bust the windows out.
Todd Marinovich, number one draft pick for the Raiders, ended up being a crackhead living on fucking Huntington Beach and shit, or fucking Manhattan Beach.
Yeah.
Just living in the fucking bathrooms and shit.
He went to the OC with it. Like, they give me five.
That was like in the 90s.
They give me 5s and 10s.
That was like in the 90s, man. They did a fucking documentary on his ass. Like ESPN tracked his ass down.
Then Delonte West was homeless and shit.
Yeah. Oh my God, that shit was sad.
I think his is more like his is really like I believe mental issues.
He had mental issues when he was playing.
When he was in the league. You remember he was riding through the city like Desperado?
Yeah.
He had the guitar case with a bunch of like
Uzis
and ARs.
He got caught up.
Did he really smash LeBron's mom?
Supposedly.
They
say he really
rumor.
did. That was supposedly that's when he got traded.
Did you see that video that they put out where
I think it did.
I want want to ask that nigga if I ever see him.
Who knows? That could have. What if they just destroyed him because of that? What if they really
destroyed
destroyed him because of that? Because he was like, "That's the king. He's a new nigga." And
It might have been.
And what did that? I mean, I don't shit
It was like the
that.
next season.
Like
he
we
was
do
gone.
this, just like we were saying conspiracy shit.
I mean, because that nigga is a
that
light
ain't
skinned nigga.
far-fetched. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And you know, he got them eyes like me, so you know what I'm saying? I can see it happening.
He got the complexion for the protection.
The complexion for the protection.
Oh God. Oh God.
I like that one. I
That's
might
that
have
Paul
to use
Mooney. That's that
shit.
Paul Mooney. When he's the full one, he says when he talks about white people, when he goes, they have the complexion for the protection for tax collection. He was like, so he used to always break it down and flip it different ways. I've heard him like say that shit.
R.I.P. Man,
So
legend.
that shit, but yeah, it is what it is. But so we gonna kick this shit off into the. We've been talking about.
All right, so no.
motherfuckers
How about this?
Intense.
How about everybody go around and introduce themselves?
All right.
We about halfway in, and so you know
Yeah.
all that. So halfway in, Paul.
It's on me. All right, hold on. Let me hit this.
He said, yeah.
Okay. Well, it's good. Where am I looking at? This is my camera.
Right
All
here.
My name is Mario Caballero.
Hey.
At Puro Caballero on Instagram. I'm going to talk into the mic so you can hear me. But yeah, comic / DJ / podcast host / everything else. So blunt roller. Yeah, I'll do that shit. 2 Chains. If you're still out there, hire me.
Hey, he was like a nigga.
Oh, shit, man. Yeah, we just kicking it, bro. We just doing the shit. And I'm happy to be here. Fuck yeah.
That's what's up.
It's Tony Gramz, Mr. High and Fly, back again. Shit, got my boy, brought him in. He always had me. My first podcast was actually his show, so it's just cool to have him like come and do this shit with us. So
That's dope.
It's dope.
What up? Y'all know what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? UrDream TV, conspiracy analyst. You know what I mean? Motivator, videographer, artist. You know what I'm saying? Fighter for the people. You know what I'm saying? And a servant of God. You know what I mean? I'm just here for support. You know what I'm saying? And to bless my friends and continue to support innovative culture. You know what I'm saying? We here. You know what I'm saying? And we ain't going nowhere. You know what I mean? Tap in with us one time, though. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's right. And I'm Coolazzcam, the coolest motherfucker on the planet. And today I feel like laughing again. So, we just went live about an hour ago, and we let everybody laugh with us, and we about to laugh again. So,
Keep going.
I got some more friends, you know, and we gonna laugh today. So I'm in a good mood. I know we got some good topics to talk about right now, some different shit than what we talked about earlier. Anybody that's watching again, or they watching this for the first time, I don't know. I'm just rambling at this point. Fuck that.
We
All
getting
right.
it going.
What we doing, y'all?
Shit, so let's talk how we gonna start. Conspiracies.
Innovative conspiracies. You know what I'm
First, I
saying?
gotta say tomorrow I'm doing comedy.
Oh, yeah,
in the city
plug
of
your shit
Downey.
real quick.
I think
Plug it
Stardust Club or something like Stardust Bar.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Ryan Radusinovich.
I've
I know he's
been
been
there
on this show before.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I'm doing that show. Shout out to him. I'm on a show Saturday in Placentia. Yeah, and then I got another show next Tuesday in Long Beach. Shout out to Eddie F and Diaz. Yeah.
He been on the show too.
Yeah.
That was the first one we did here.
Yep.
It was me, him, and D and you. That was the first one. The first one when I
Shout out
came.
to
Yo,
Eddie.
Eddie trying to do everything, bro. He be hitting me up because he sees I be going to shows and shit. He'd be like, "Hey, man, let's do some shit." Like, he hit me up today. He's like, "You trying to go to a UFC fight?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it."
See Donald Trump or something there. Let's talk about it. I was getting to that sort of UFC shit from last Saturday. Seeing McGregor fuck up his whole.
McNugget is done.
McNugget
It's toast.
he secret sauce the foot.
Secret sauce.
That motherfucker. That shit was like noodles.
Oh my god.
Hey, I'm shooting a movie. It's called Dare B&B. All right, so it's kind of like Candyman. You know what I'm saying? But it's a twist. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I got the casting coming up this Saturday. This Saturday at 1 p.m. at Pacific Hill Studio. So if you just type it in on your Instagram at Pacific Hill Studio, you'll see where it's at. You know what I'm saying? At 1 p.m. You know what I'm saying? Pull up. You know what I'm saying? And or you can just email Innovative Culture saying that you wanna join. You know what I'm saying? You got a couple of days, and then you could come up there and you can get your little shot. You know what I'm saying? I'll slide you a slide. You read in front of me, and let's see if you can make a movie.
That's it.
That's right.
That's
There it
right.
is.
So
Yeah, so
McGregor and the noodle foot.
the noodle foot, dude. That shit. it's
I
when a
feel
dude
bad
try
for
to
people
act.
getting hurt, but like
Yeah,
him, I'm
when he
kinda
starts
like,
talking
nah.
shit, like especially when you went to like, oh, I'm act nice and I'm cool with people. Humble McGregor, sexually motivated McGregor.
They got different
Like,
versions.
yeah,
Yeah.
Hey, what was wrong with him, man?
He was trying too hard. That's what it was. That's what happens
I don't
when
know.
you try too hard.
Yeah, he was though.
Honestly, that's what happens when you try too hard. What happened when Ronda Rousey tried too hard? When she was
got
when
fucked
she
up.
did you don't want to shake her hand.
Yeah.
You were trying to. She got mad at Holly
got too
Holmes,
big
and Holly
hands and
Holmes
shit.
don't even talk damn near. And she was trying to she was trying to gas herself up and that's what happens when you try too hard.
So he like disrespectful, like nigga,
Yeah.
that's your wife.
So
and all kind of shit.
Jolene.
So disrespectful. Did you see what he posted on Twitter afterwards that he had to delete? He posted like some veiled threats, like I'm coming for you, like watch yourself at night and shit like that. He posted pictures of him and his family. I was like, and then he just deleted them.
just
Like I'm like, that's some
retarded, bro.
stupid shit. Like why would you do that?
He was probably drunk. It's proper 12.
Bro, they probably gave him all the medication
They
at
gave
the
him all
hospital,
that
bro.
shit.
They probably gave him every pill he wanted.
That whole shit
He
they
was
had, the way
like,
they had him in the corner.
"Just fucking meet me at the win."
And Joe still trying to chop it up with him. Like, have you tried DMT? Like that shit is hilarious.
It'd be like Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
It'd be like he pull up with that whole suitcase like Johnny Depp
They just over Or like John Goodman in Flight.
did. Yeah,
You remember when John
definitely.
Goodman pulled up in Flight and he just get Denzel fucked? I was like,
Like
damn.
I didn't even see that fight, man. Like you know,
I watched. I actually caught it right as the second. I mean, from what I've seen, it wasn't going his way. In that second round, he was on top getting smashed.
So this is what happened.
he broke his leg. I
He
just
broke
seen
his
it.
He
leg,
checked
so
it,
like
he
that was
checked
the
it.
very end of like the fight.
Yeah.
Basically.
So
it was
he got fucked
end
up.
When I
of the end of
tuned
the
in-
first round.
Yeah.
It was the end of the first round.
No, it was into the
First round.
That was the
So
so
you must have just
I
like
must
missed
have turned
half the first.
Yeah,
round,
I thought I was watching
So
the second round.
first
Okay.
half of the fight, they were like standing and they were exchanging. Connor landed a couple,
I
of
seen
Dustin,
that.
but he was kicking him heavy.
Yeah.
And Connor never has that many like low leg
Low, yeah,
kicks.
at all.
He will like try to go
Body
for your face,
kick or
maybe
a
a
thigh
body,
kick.
yeah. But like he had never thrown that many low leg kicks, so he was
Yeah.
beating his legs up and actually doing well. But
That's
like
what happens when you
I don't
miss
think
leg
his
day.
legs were like
No leg day.
trained enough or whatever, or he might have had an injury prior because maybe he was practicing that for a lot.
Yeah, I've been
You know what I
practicing
mean?
MMA. He
You know what I mean?
fucked his
So
ass
he-
up.
so
He
I-
couldn't even walk.
yeah.
It was like
Yeah.
a shit, like a drumstick when that
Yeah.
bottom
Yeah,
part
he
break
just
off.
bottom-
And then what
but
happened?
it's still fried,
He
so
threw one.
it's
He
all
threw
loose.
it and he like checked it, I think, and it might have hit his elbow, like, or
Yeah,
you know
he
what I mean.
checked-
It might have
I mean,
like
it's a
loosened something
defensive-
up, and then he stepped wrong.
Yeah.
And he stepped on the side, and then it
It's
it
just
went, and it was-
my defense caused you a great
But like
injury.
he
like,
fucked up too because he started trying to wrestle Dustin, and
Yeah.
Dustin tried to put him in a guiillotine, and Dustin got out of it. Like I was just like, nah.
It was-
He's
I
like
seen
20
that he
seconds,
popped
he just like
out.
popped
Yeah, he
out.
popped his
He's
head
like, nah,
out.
dude, that's not gonna happen. And then he
Yeah.
like grabbed him and threw him on the ground, and then he just started
It's hard.
fucking him up. He was
See,
fucking him up.
I was watching it
bro.
maybe a minute before
Yeah.
I literally turned in a minute before he started. He was just elbowing
Oh
him,
my God,
and
he was
Connor
laying
was on the
some
bottom. So I
nasty
thought I was
elbows, yo.
watching it. I thought I missed a round.
Okay.
So I tuned in.
okay,
So I
okay.
guess I did see the whole fight. So
yeah, I saw most
like,
of it. So he was
yeah.
fucking him up, and
He
there was a
smashing
point
that
where
nigga.
like they could have stopped it, like legit.
Because he
like-
got up and just
I know
started.
them legs, that shit.
He low-key did what Khabib did to him in the corner.
Yeah.
Before
Yeah.
Khabib even in that round before Khabib tapped him, when he was just on top of him, let's talk now. You talk now. Let's talk now. And he
I
kind
know
of
them
stood
legs,
up
bro.
over him and was at. It looked remnant very similar if you look at the video when and Dustin's just over him letting off,
Right.
and he's just on the ground
Pause.
cowering. Yeah. And he just taking it, all of it. No.
They had him in full mount.
Full mount,
Yeah.
gladiator style. Like, I'm a warrior, but I'm a.
That shit, man. That's when you know that you got to work on something. You
Yeah,
feel me?
but no, what it is, that's when you know you see. I don't like to call as a boxing fan and a sports fan of just combat sports. I don't like to call niggas like hype jobs unless I don't call you a hype job until you start believing your hype, like Wilder. So that I don't like. I see at a point I start looking at. Fighters aren't hype jobs because they are in there throwing them, and a nigga can't just catch you with something and put you to fucking
You know
sleep.
who's the most hype
So,
job of all time?
Who?
Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. He's up there. He's in contention, bro. He lost to Anderson Silva.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you said senior. I was like
junior.
Yeah.
Gotta clarify.
I was like, wait, I'm high. I was like, he said,
because of
I don't want to even agree.
Like, why
is this a trick question?
Why is he even fighting Canelo?
Yeah.
Why is
my DM. Hey, homie.
Senior is the most legend. I will never disrespect Senior at all.
Senior, homie.
He does not deserve that.
But yeah, that shit was bad.
That was fucked up that Senior fought recently too, bro. Like, did you see that shit? Did you see that shit?
This is the same shit of what I was saying.
Hector Camacho's son. He fought.
This
is like all the family.
A hype job. Now I looked at Junior as a hype job when he was an HBO fighter, and before Triple G was. It's like, and then it clicked that these are companies or whatever, boxing companies or TV networks that sign these dudes. So of course they're gonna like put their money behind one fighter. So I'll stop looking at it as a hype job and then a hype machine. Like I didn't look at they were hype, calling like Lomachenko the greatest fighter when he was like 5-1. And I'm like, that shit is bullshit, bro. Like, he's great at that, but he was 5-1, and you calling this dude the greatest fighter. But then it's I couldn't get mad at him, but it was like they're like, well, it's a hype machine. He's not a hype job. They're doing a hype job for him, but he is in there doing work, and putting dudes down or taking. And he was fighting the champions and took all the belts. Went in there and dudes didn't want to fight him. Tank Davis, a lot of them dudes didn't want to fight him. Still don't. They skipped weight classes, gave up belts on scales.
Right.
Tank Davis gave up belts on scales and skipped weight classes, went back down, got the belt when he left and went to another weight class. That showed me you don't want it. So to me, that's the way, and that's another reason all this thriller shit is popping. Like, as if dudes know I can get a bag and we gonna get the ratings of fighting a fucking TikToker. And I can really, I always go to the gym or
MMA fighter,
boxing ain't shit now. They showing dudes fight like jobbers.
Ridiculous,
so
man.
it's not even pride
like
fighting anymore.
At all. It's like
all pride
it's WWF on Saturday afternoon. Your original difference of Monday Night Raw back when we were kids before Raw, but Monday Night Raw was like not even that. Saturday WWF Superstars was like. It was like a mid carder, not even Hogan might do a shoot,
but it'd be different, right?
But they would all fight jobbers,
right? But then
there would be no real
like
competition.
Shotgun Saturday Night, right?
Yeah, but that was that, and then that was more a little
that was
spicier.
The lit shit.
That was a little spicier. Yeah. Sunday Night Heat. You would get an Intercontinental title match, and
that'd be right before the pay-per-view.
Exactly,
it'd be some shit right before the pay-per-view.
But Saturday afternoon, you would get a mid carder fighting a jobber. Saturday afternoon, it was like you're watching it because you're a fan.
It'd be somebody that'll never get a fight any other time. But
Barry Horowitz, you remember Barry Horowitz?
Hell yeah,
the nigga used to, and that was his whole shit. He lost for years, and then he finally beat. I think he beat Ted DiBiase, or so he beat somebody, and was like, and ran out the ring. Like same thing with 1, 2, 3 Kid, X-Pac. Like so, it's
they got like
the same
storyboards.
Exactly,
but
but Superstars never had a storyboard.
Yeah.
When they did start a storyboard, the Rockers, Shawn Michaels kicking Marty Jannetty in the face and turning into the HBK, that started on Superstars. That was their first like storyboard because it was always just. It would be little shit, but that was the Rockers broke
because
up.
Everything was pre-recorded. So all they doing is putting out the matches, and they can put out the matches in any order that they want to on that.
I realized that a few years back. I've been watching this shit since the '80s, and I didn't realize that till when I was like watching shit. I'm like, wait a minute, that's the same fan from Monday Night Raw. Like, nigga, I'm observing. I'll be watching motherfuckers in the crowd because niggas be having funny signs, especially back then when they used to
always had the signs.
But they regulate the shit now, like some sucker shit unless you sneak it in. But like, like niggas have my sister has herpes, like some crazy shit. It would be some funny ass signs back in the day. But
people would make them in there.
Exactly, that too. And then, because I went to ECW, the one that came, the only time, the real ECW back in like '98, the only one that came out to the Grand Olympic. Yeah. And actually, it was people like at the concession stand with markers and boxes, like making shit. So, but it was just that whole. It was like it's the consistency of just shit of. Certain people you can put out shit. I don't know. I lost my whole track of where I was even going. But we were talking about I don't know.
We're talking about wrestling.
But I know I forgot where I was. The tangent sprung off. I'm like low key in the timeline.
ECW.
ECW. Just it's like it was just the shit you would see, and I would watch like Raw, and then I watch SmackDown, and then like Shotgun or Sunday Night Heat, and I'm looking like same dudes, same jerseys, same seating. Like, wait a minute, and then I look.
They recorded all that shit the same day.
It's those are the dark. They call them dark matches. And those are the matches that either come on before Raw or after Raw. The shit that just when their contract time runs out and burn notice comes on or some fuck shit.
Because they always left on the cliffhanger, right?
Exactly.
They always on the cliffhanger.
Somebody standing over a nigga huffing and puffing like Jason Voorhees with a chair.
and then they're like, camera one.
We don't know. We'll see you next week.
What the hell?
And then look, nigga be like this.
Let's get back to it.
Yeah.
Hey, that shit remind me.
He looking at the camera just.
That shit remind me of the old school Batman shit.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
real shit.
Like it leave you on the edge. You wondering what's gonna happen on the next.
It's a cliffhanger. So yeah.
Then when they came out with SmackDown, like you said, it's like, all right, now we got another day where the same people gonna come out. So I ain't gotta wait all the way till Sunday. Because they'll move like
you will see how they have that was you could tell that was a different taping because it would be like Raw would be say Anaheim Pond.
But once they started doing live, it changed the game.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. And then SmackDown would be like Staples Center.
They was always pre-recorded.
It was like to where okay, they in two different cities. That's all. We're in Kentucky, Lexington.
Until like 96, 97 is when they started going live. WWF.
Because they had to compete with WCW when the NWO shit.
Who was doing 3 hours live.
And honestly, as a wrestling fan and a kid, I hated WCW. That shit was the
man.
most
I fucked
bullshit.
with all of them. Everybody got the hopping around and shit. I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna watch all of it.
Until NWO and Goldberg. That shit was lit. I mean, the talent was dope. They didn't know how to promote those dudes. I'm not saying the dudes.
They was getting all the old dudes that was about to retire.
But they have all the dudes. Honestly, they had them, the young ones before now, the ones that are they had young Chris Jericho. These niggas had young Rey Mysterio, young Eddie Guerrero, young Booker T. Like, literally, all the niggas that are WWE legends now in comic, these niggas were like rookies and running and becoming champs back then, and it just was, they didn't know how to promote them.
If you wasn't friends with Kevin Nash,
Turner,
and Scott Hall and them niggas, then you wasn't about to move up. Nah, Ted Turner didn't even run.
No, he had the checkbook, and Eric Bischoff ran it.
Exactly.
And Eric Bischoff kissed ass with Kevin Nash, Scott Hall.
You got to get in their pocket.
Oh, exactly, because he was just with the boys. So, and it was.
But Jericho kicked it with them.
Yeah,
and that's why.
They're all cool. You got to think the Canadians are all cool with each other.
But Chris Jericho would have never got to the point of holding that cruiserweight belt. All that shit that they was promoting at the time.
But they couldn't give it to Kevin Nash. Like
Chris Jericho was known for taking motherfuckers' masks off. He was going to all the Mexican wrestlers and taking their masks off and demasking them. And
you ever see when he got ran up on, or when the police had to make him apologize in Brazil a few years ago because he snatched they were down there doing a dark match and he snatched like a Brazilian flag from like a fan and threw it in the ring and like stepped on it and was out there like he was in hill mode and like motherfuckers started going crazy and the real police like that shit's on YouTube, nigga. They get in the ring and like say something to him and that nigga like literally grabs the mic, breaks character. And I was like, hey, I'm sorry, I'm completely sorry. I didn't, like Chris Jericho just was. I was like, damn, like it was. You don't fuck up.
Brazil's not fucking with it.
No one messes with Brazil. Like fucking family. You know, fucking
Fast and Furious.
Man. Like with Brazil, like that's a whole different the city of God. So
I think I fell off of wrestling like when that little NWO when Hulk Hogan started.
When he turned bad.
That nigga started turning his barker in his beard up and
With
shit.
the big white mustache.
All that shit was black and this was
all. He had a handlebar blonde, platinum blonde mustache.
Into the beard though.
And it was all just black with no hair on top.
He started coming out to Jimi Hendrix and shit.
That was hard as fuck though. That's when WCW got dope. Honestly, that shit got interesting, and that's why they had to start. WWE had to
it wasn't wrestling no more. Them niggas would come out at the beginning of the show,
talk shit,
in the middle of the show,
talk shit.
Like the whole first 15 minutes is dedicated to them talking shit in the ring.
Kicking in the door shit like nigga, this our shit.
Pulling up on motorcycles, it'd be like a whole 10-minute intro of these niggas walking out
in leather back and showing off the shit they bought at the mall in the city.
They just got that
They
day.
generally just bought the shit at the Harley store in Austin.
Hogan had Dennis Rodman with him and shit.
It was
real. Karl Malone.
Karl Malone was fucking with Diamond Dallas Page.
It was literally like the Rich Homies Club. It was the Rich Homies Club. Let's flex on niggas and kick it on
Jay
TV.
Leno, remember Jay Leno was up there?
I ordered that one. Jay Leno and Goldberg versus fucking. Was it Rodman and fucking?
No, it was Rodman and Hogan
versus Malone and.
Malone and DDP.
Yeah, DDP. And then Goldberg.
They brought Jay Leno in.
Jay Leno came in with Goldberg, though, for another one. That's when he brought Goldberg in. That was at Road Wild, one of the Sturgis.
All right. So this is the time where I think they fell off.
Wow.
When they gave David Arquette their world
that was the most
championship.
bull. That's when it became what it originally was. Everything originally shows its true colors. And that's when WCW showed what it always was. And niggas just stopped watching. And at that point, it was like WWE was number one. Then you see this new shit that's hot. You get on it. And then it's competing. And then they start going, what the fuck? And then they start competing.
Because we was already switching channels. We was already like curious to know what's going on.
Or either I just set the TV to record that one and just watch Nitro like all the way through. And then watch Raw just on video. So like the Nitro girls.
I always had a choice to make, right? I always, look, I was still in school, right? I think around that time, like what was that, 96, 97? You know, I was in like 4th, 5th grade. You feel me? So back then, I'm like, I'm about to fall asleep by damn near 9 o'clock. This shit stay on till 11. So I got to decide which one do I want to record while I fall asleep. Do I want to fucking record the rest of Nitro or do I want to record the rest of Raw? Yeah. And then I get up early as fuck in the morning and watch how that shit ended. And that's how I leave and that satisfies my day.
That shit would be dope.
But if I feel like I missed something from the other show, now I got to wait all the way to like Thursday or Sunday.
That's when and that's one thing when you bring that up. WWF fucked up when they stopped doing the recaps with the dope rock music at the beginning of the show. The show would happen and it would be like that shit, the edit. It would be like some shit to like some Creed or something.
Sometimes they
that shit used to be.
That's all I wanted to watch.
That shit, those shit used to be hard. They show like it would always be some shit with Jeff Hardy and like him like doing this and jumping and the screen blinking, like the going through the table. It would those shits that's the nostalgia, and they just stopped. It's like. Because it became sports entertainment. And then it's like once he bought WCW, it was like, well, fuck the
competition wasn't there no more.
So now we just own and we're just gonna what it was
they already owned a piece of ECW.
Exactly. Because he wanted the merger. Paul Heyman always wanted the merger. He even said that when I used to watch ECW on KDOC on Channel 46.
But that's what Shotgun Saturday Night was supposed to be. It was supposed to be WCW.
They was trying to pull the ECW, but ECW. I remember when I first seen ECW and was like, "What the fuck is this on Channel 46 at like 11 at night on a Saturday?" And fucking Rhino Tombstone Sandman's wife through a table from like the top of the ring. I was like, and was like, "Happy Mother's Day, you fucking bitch." I was like, that was literally, I was just turning channels and I seen a wrestling ring and a bunch of people screaming and I was like, what's this? And see Rhino pick a little skinny broad up and jump off the side of the ring through a table, power driver and get up with the mic, Happy Mother's Day, you fucking bitch, and dropped it. And I'm like, and it was EC fucking W ever since then, nigga, like. That shit was sick, but
first shit I saw from ECW, I think was probably Sandman.
Sandman
was
hard.
Out there fucking
niggas
That's
up. The intro. Come out to Metallica. Come out. That intro kills.
He drinking beer, smoking cigarettes in the ring and shit.
But the fact that he's letting the crowd just rock the fuck out. And
he wrapped in barbed wire.
And he says,
when he walk out,
and the whole crowd.
Ultimate Warrior was
that shit was like classic. Just every
Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah, he was my favorite.
That nigga was
he was my favorite. Just the energy when he come out.
Definitely for his era.
You literally would feel that shit. As a kid, even as I remember when he left, and then he came back at like WrestleMania 11 to fight Triple H. Yeah. When Triple H was Hunter the Blue Blood.
Yeah.
And I remember it was like I was geeked and my mom ordered it for me. I had to be like 13 or something. And I remember it was like, yeah, this the Warrior match. Oh, they about to fight. And Goldust had just fought Ahmad Johnson for the Intercontinental title.
Goldust.
Yeah, like it was like so.
Damn.
I'm geeked, and like Hunter comes out, does his little Blue Blood shit, and I'm watching it, and I was like ready for it. I swear, this is like 94. Like, Warrior had already been an 80s thing.
Yeah.
Nigga, when that music hit and he, like, came out, it was like this, like...
That
energy.
It was like that dude was tapped into some, like... Even the speech he gave the night before he died.
Steroids
You ever see the speech? You ever see the speech? Man, literally, like, is this coming through the vents? Is this GHB? What is this? Like what is
You
this?
really had it in the
DMT?
water bottle like in Space
They're
Jam.
giving you the, they're giving you the,
doing that shit.
give me the Wilder bottle.
Ready.
Like, give me the Wilder bottle. It's something in this.
TRTV tour.
That fool, hey, that fool ravishing Rick Rude.
Real.
That
I
fool
like
ravishing
it.
Rick Rude. That nigga used to be crazy.
All the dudes I hated as a kid, they're the dopest dudes. When Ric Flair, I hated Ric Flair as a
Hey,
kid.
that motherfucker.
I hated Ric
I
Flair.
love that nigga.
Willie and Dylan.
Hey, he pulling up
And I'm
in the
having a
room,
hard
what's
time
his-
holding these gators down. Woo, nigga.
Always had a Rolex on. You know what I mean? He was
The
always
high flying, limousine driving, kiss stealing,
wheeling, dealing.
Rolex wearing. Nigga, that
Son of a
dude-
gun.
That
Hey, I
nigga,
used to-
hey, oldest ride, longest line. Nigga, Space Mountain. You want to get on Space Mountain? They used to tell the chicks that they give them the thrust.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's, like I said, we all, that's legendary because we all
Like,
tapped
woo,
into that shit,
all
bro.
in my family, like, woo! I used to be all in my family.
To
like,
be,
woo!
to be the man, you got to beat the man. Like
That was
that's
the
some
one.
real shit. Like it's the truth, honestly. But
That's the one.
it's just to me that even though
And
we're
you-
talking about WWE, that transcends, that energy transcends into all sports. Of like really to be the man, you got to beat the man. So when we go back, talk a Tank Davis, a Wilder. A person that these fighters that are protected fighters clearly I can't watch boxing my entire life and love this shit and then watch dudes fight that I did have respect for and I'm cheering for you and it's like you good, you like a superstar, and then every fight you're fighting somebody I've never heard of, and I watch that. Even when you watch all boxing,
Always
you
a
already
jobber.
know how,
It's always a jobber.
I would send this dude, me and him was saying we watching
Yeah.
Stockton fighters
Oh,
out of
we watching
Stockton,
some, like, random ass
regular
shit.
some shit like on YouTube for free, but
Dudes
they
with
getting
salty-ass
down
records.
and they just throwing, but it was just the sport of it, like some shit going on. But when it's like, even if how do I not know you? We know niggas. We've seen niggas get knocked out in sports. There's somebody on somebody's highlight wheel to where, okay, if I see you, oh, he's fighting that dude. Oh, I seen that nigga get knocked out, but you know him. So it's like, how are we watching sports and boxing, specifically boxing? We're watching this shit, and it's like, dude, you're not. How do we not know anybody that these dudes are fighting? And that's like, and he's not even a jobber. That's the point. It's like this nigga's like a gym rat. Like,
But where
this
did
is a
their
dude
record
go-
come from?
And they,
when
you ever
put
see
them up?
you ever see Great White Hype? You remember that? You ever see Great White Hype with Samuel L. Jackson? And it's about how the it's any of the sanctioning bodies, but how they can. And he was like, we need to make a fight because Damon Wayans is knocking niggas out left and right, and it's not. He was like, it's not. Our gate numbers are doing bad. So we have to get a fight that people don't want to see black dudes knocking out other black dudes.
Right.
That they want to see like a great white hope, but they were calling it Great White Hype.
Yeah.
So they go find the one dude that beat Damon Wayans in the amateurs.
Yeah.
And this nigga's not even a boxer, and he's like a drugged out like rock star in Ohio, like sitting with groupies and like just like burnt out. And they like come to him with the proper, hey, we can get him in there. They get Cheech is pretty much like Suleiman. So instead of like, hey, we need, he's like,
promoter.
hey, he's even like, hey man, I can't even get motherfuckers like he was like, we need to rank him like number 2. And this dude's a dude that hasn't fought since the amateurs. And it's the same, and it's not no knocks because I fucked with Triple G, but it's the same shit they were doing with Triple G until later on. But like Dominic Wade's, who the fuck was Dominic Wade? Like you know what I mean? Like it's
I
certain
feel you on
dudes.
that.
It's certain dudes where me and you used to watch shit ESPN fights.
Yeah.
And you will just know this dude even if he's like a not a loser, but he's a contender.
It's like a journeyman and shit.
When you know the difference of journeyman.
It's like regional journeyman.
Yeah,
Like depending on where
contender,
the cards are, you
gatekeeper,
can always like find shit like
something,
that.
but it's like when you're fighting these dudes are
Up-and-comer.
literally skipping to something.
Guy on the
Prospect.
guy on the
what
down-
was the dude?
down
I've been
slope.
seeing him when we saw I watched. Me and him were chilling when we watched. What was it? Loma fought Teofimo.
Oh yeah, Teofimo Lopez.
And that was a dope ass fight.
Dog, he got COVID recently.
Yeah, I seen it. I seen that shit.
Up. Yeah, they had to cancel a fight.
Yeah,
I was like, I haven't seen him fight since then. That's why he
hasn't fought. Yeah, he's supposed to fight.
Well, like, the pandemic shit was supposed to happen.
I just seen the fight.
He got hurt. He got hurt last year.
And he's eventually he's gonna move up because he's like then he's kind of killing himself to be at 135. So, but just the fact of
he was like a big 135.
Yeah. So, but he did what a lot of other fighters should have did while they were at 135.
Yeah.
And fight Loma. Even if Rigo did it and came after
I think Lomachenko underestimated him because he was just like a young dude. Like he didn't come in ready. He didn't come in ready.
I'm gonna pop him a couple, see what he. And then he got hit with them hammers.
Yeah,
and like, he bullied him.
Yeah,
he wasn't scared of him. He walked through him, and we was watching this shit.
He stood with him. Like most people are like afraid to like engage him.
Exactly, because they know. And he moved. But once he got to the end, that's when he kind of, the last maybe champion rounds, he did kind of stand and bang.
Right.
And that's when you see Loma did wobble him.
Right.
Because he was like, so he showed I do got it, but this dude is just, when you punch back, that's what happens. Like, I think that's what Adrian Broner lost. Like, you can actually still win these fights, bro, if you actually punch back.
Right.
Broner is still fast as fucking got hands.
Punch back.
But it's like, he's like, good. Maidana knocked the fucking, like, the courage out that nigga. Like, I mean, he got courage to get in the ring and get the bag, but
nothing.
It's
like
not
enough to win.
And then you'll see him do
go
a
out
quick,
there and knock that nigga out.
You see how he dropped like Sean Porter.
I can't talk because I've never been a fighter. So but yeah, I do see that shit with him.
It's like,
and he's just been like hyped for the last 5, 6, 7 years.
It's just because like I'll give him that. To me, he deserves that respect of he will get in there with everybody.
Yeah,
he's like a Timothy Bradley. I think a lot of dudes skip over dudes' legacies. Tim Bradley got in there with everybody. If you look at Tim Bradley's resume, that shit's probably low-key like better than Floyd's damn near. Like, as far as the names and when he fought him, that dude literally fought every fucking body.
Yeah.
And won against the majority of them. Like, they even fought against, the Siberian Rocky.
Floyd be giving opportunities.
Yeah, I fuck with Floyd.
I understand you about your money. But
he's out for the bag now.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
He's not doing real. It's like exhibition mode. He's not on career mode.
You know what I'm saying? Like
what do you think about that last fight that he took
with Logan?
Yeah,
we talked a little bit, but it was clown shit.
It was
clown
shit. He was just trying to get a bag, homie.
It was clown shit.
And that shit right there, man, that's the type of shit I'm talking about. Like, nigga, you really finna go up ahead against a YouTuber and this niggas that's been working their ass off just to get into this.
But he ain't gonna lose that. He ain't gonna take that loss to that.
They don't want to. He doesn't want to get his hairpiece knocked off.
Yes, into the second row.
Yeah, for real.
Wow.
Like, what happened to his beard?
He be hanging off. It's all fake. Eyebrow going. Eyebrow on your glove and shit. Like, this nigga got the full.
Someone touched him. Oh,
I
mean,
dude, that's why
on his glove.
That's why he's
wearing white gloves. The color coming off.
Let's be real. Who has he fought like that really came into the ranks? You know what I'm saying?
Just like Pat.
I'll give him the last. I'll get the last
Mosley, right?
He fought Mosley, and Mosley popped his ass and gave him. But he was up to
Irish
the point.
Dude. Who was the Irish fool?
Ricky Hatton.
English.
He fought like top.
He was considered a top guy.
That's why I said now it's like he's out of career mode and he's in like exhibition mode on the game when you just pick niggas to fight. He's not in career mode where this is where it's going, and you know what I mean. Like, so it's like but I can never. I always fucked with Floyd. He became more of like a goofball now. Like he be on some suckers. Like he looked crazy with them fucking chains on, nigga. Like that shit looked weird. Like I thought I was tripping. Like am I high? Like it just looked like
what kind of chains he got?
It was like they were like massive, like Cubans.
That nigga was like Mr. T.
It was that shit was. Hey, can we bring up a picture of Floyd? From the fight.
It was like a chunky ass.
It was like, but it was like 7 of them.
Cubans?
7 chunky Cubans, but they weren't even. They were like this thick.
God damn.
And it was like the platinum win, the gold win, the diamond win. But it's like I don't hate on no nigga wealth. It just looked
That nigga
it looked weird.
shining like
He was
a
just standing
motherfucking-
there at the
hey.
tank like talking.
How many
That nigga probably
chains
got
can you
like-
make from all those
that nigga probably
chains?
got
like
$10 million.
normal
That
size
nigga probably got like
you
10.
melt that shit down.
That was,
Yeah,
at least,
like
that
a-
was at least like 20. I was
like
no,
10
maybe
million or
like, I
something,
would say
nigga.
10. Because I think it was only one
lot.
real diamond.
Yeah.
One. All the rest were like gold and silver. And
Nah, gold.
shit was-
Gold. If it's that big, homie, gold.
and that
got
shit was,
Yeah.
they were
shit.
crazy. Look,
That's
bro,
a
watch when
lot.
you see it. Them shit.
Nigga, if it's that big, nigga, that's a lot of gold
I even
money.
seen Brendan. You see Brendan on Below the Belt. So I started watching Below the Belt again just because seeing that. Like I fell back into that.
Bro, they
but-
put their whole podcast together again.
Oh
Fucking-
really? I didn't even know. I just like
that
you
shit.
remember
You
how
know,
I
you know
fell
what I'm
off.
saying?
I just fell off from it. And I'll
They
probably
just slid
eventually-
Callan in like just nothing
Like,
happened.
I'm back.
Like,
you know?
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
He didn't even say I'm back. He was just.
I don't
like,
even remember if he addressed it or shit, but I wasn't even watching. But it's fucking
I
funny.
just like I said, you already. I explained it on your podcast
Yeah.
and about just how I was already feeling certain ways. It's just how
Yeah.
their outlook
Yeah.
on shit. But I like it. I still respect his sports. Like a lot of times he be super caping for fucking Showtime.
Yeah.
Like he said the Barrios and Tank fight is fight of the year. Like bro, like nah, bro, like they gave this nigga a Reggie belt. Like that's what they're calling the belt, the Reggie belt.
The Reggie belt was
It's like because they're calling it the regular WBC belt.
Oh, okay.
So all the boxers, Josh Smith,
Is it this?
that shit. Look, go to the one.
Okay.
That shit was weird, bro.
Give me a
Like
second.
it just looked weird.
Give me a second.
Yeah, then he said that bullshit. We're gonna keep that. Yeah, that
This
one.
one?
No, that one right there. That's when I seen it. It was a press conference and the camera pans over and he's just talking.
Oh yeah, he was like standing between those.
That
two-
shit looked
two-
weird,
two
bro. Like
bodyguards.
you see, it's like all right, bro. 2 is cool, but you doing a little extras, my nigga. Like I guess extras is what you can afford though, because you 100 millionaire. But it's like
I seen him hit the hibachi truck in downtown Los Angeles one time. Like walk right past me. I was like, oh shit, that's Floyd. He just rolled up.
There you go, Cam. That shit look weird. See that shit?
Man.
It just don't look. I know it looks supposed to look cool. It look weird. I don't know. Maybe it's because they all different.
That's some like
labs.
Migos like type.
I don't
shit.
even think they would go that. Like they would have it. It would be in a certain. It would be like locked in. It just looks like it's all over the place.
It look like
look
Brian
uncomfortable. Exactly.
Brian Pumper jewel.
Exactly.
That's
The Brian
what it
Pumper
look
chain. Like Fabulous. He goes, with the Brian Pumper chains, Brian Pumper jewels. Nigga have to watch the
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's not the case.
It's 100%
but
real.
That's how it looked when he wearing it. Like that's how.
Hey, but there's a lot of niggas out. Who was that came out and said all this shit was fake the whole time he was in the NFL?
Oh, shit. Also
Exactly. So it's niggas that got
Hey.
hundreds of millions of dollars that be like, nigga, this shit. Now I'm out here showing off. Like,
Why they want to spend
Ocho
their money
Cinco's
on
wild,
jewelry?
bro.
and
if
then
they-
be out here walking
Hey.
around and niggas snatching niggas up, kidnapping niggas,
Right.
Ocho,
throwing niggas in
yeah,
trunks
for
and
real,
shit
bro.
for like watches and shit.
Really?
Like,
motherfuckers on the side of him.
Ocho Cinco is wild though.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's
he keep
wild.
popping up. He's eventually gonna move in the UFC because he keeps popping up at all the pressers.
Bro, didn't he
He's
just
always
lose his
there.
boxing match though?
Did he lose that one or did he? I know
Or
he
did he
got
win?
dropped because he was actually winning the
Actually, I
match.
think he might have won. I think he
Like
might
I
have
don't know
won,
if it, but it was no. I don't think it was judges.
yeah.
But
was a-
who did he fight? So that's what you was going back to saying,
Yeah.
right? It's
Yeah.
like who are you? Who
Yeah,
are these
who's the
people actually
competition?
fighting?
But I can't. But I can't hold Chad Johnson to that degree. That's fucking Chad. That's Ocho Cinco.
Yeah.
It's like okay, I would hold you to that if you're playing. You're like I'm back in, and I'm playing, and you running niggas over that are like first year, like players. It'd be like nigga, you Chad Johnson. Of course you look good doing that. It's like being in the Special Olympics, and you a fucking. You know what I mean? You supposed to ball the fuck out, but it's. I don't hold him to the standard of a fighter that's been fighting 6 years. And you talking about I'm a superstar and you putting your fights on pay-per-view against niggas that people never heard of, on top of the fights you low-key ain't even winning because Tank was losing. Like that fight, Tank was actually losing that fight. He was like, dude was beating on him, like low-key, like not beating him down, but
Right.
dude, Brendan called him Super Mario Barrio. That's what he was like. He's like, I don't know how they don't start calling him Super Mario Barrio. Like, he was like, dude, well, he was, even that's what Floyd told him. Floyd said he got up on the, they said, like, what did you say to Tank? He's like, I told him, like, you down on the cards.
Right.
Like, Floyd told him that, like, and I guess that's when he went out there and just started and got the win. So, but it's the fact that that's the case with a dude that none of us in this room have ever heard of, who they gave a belt that isn't real, when there's a real champ who's the act who beat, like, a dude and took those belts.
Yeah, there's so many like phony ass belts.
the
that are out
Reggie
there,
belts
like,
and
the
shit.
fucking, all that shit.
The
and then,
Reggie
like-
belts.
and
That's
then,
because,
like,
The Reggie.
because they call it the regular title. So like Floyd was the see what Floyd did. Floyd collected all the titles from everybody in each weight class. So when they were trying to start doing that regular champ, super champ, or whatever, like Floyd would just fight. If you got the title, I'm gonna just take it from you. That's how he had all his belts.
Right.
And then they had like and so now what they did, they made a super champ, a regular champ, and then I think it was like interim champ. Okay. So they just
I hate interim belts.
Yeah. So there's 3 champions at every weight class.
That shit makes no sense.
That's why
is
you
there
be like,
interim?
nigga, I just seen this nigga beat, say, Lomachenko for the belts at 135, and he got like 3-4 belts. Who the fuck is this nigga at 135 with like a belt? And it's because he's like the interim champ until then he'll fight the nigga that got all the belts and then at once, even if you beat him, you don't get his belt. You just now there's no other champ. You just took the end. You know, it's like. It's weird.
That's the thing. It's like
sanctioning bodies and sanctioning fees.
If I fight the nigga who got all the belts, right, and I got 1 belt, this nigga got like 5 belts,
and you get him now.
And my belt is on the line. Why all 5 of this nigga belts ain't on the line too?
So the thing with that is the sanctioning bodies.
Sometimes it's like that. Sometimes it's not though.
Because the sanctioning bodies won't.
If you're a real one, you put them all on the line every time.
But no, it's not even up to you anymore. Yeah. That's the part. That's one of the problems with boxing. So when you have WBA, WBC, the green belt, which is supposed to be the most prized one, WBO, IBA, all of that's everybody's favorite. Like because it's the
it looks cool.
Exactly. So when you have
the pictures of the former champs,
all on the little buttons
in your division. In
exactly.
Your
or like and that's like Ali on one.
Yeah, it's like if you got the heavyweight one,
that shit is sick.
It's like, it goes back.
So there's WBC, WBA,
the burgundy
WBC.
one looks cool too.
So if he has all the belts, that's WBA.
No,
that's WBA.
Yeah.
No, actually,
or is that the black?
That is WBA.
Is that the black?
Because IBF was black. No, IBF was dark green, but it was kind of rounded. And I think they dissolved IBF because nobody respected it. Like the Ring Magazine intern title got more like prestige because Klitschko had that, and then Fury took that when he took all his belts.
Right.
So it's this. Say there's like, all right, say Mario has. He fought. He's the regular champ because he really fought somebody for a vacant title. A dude moved up. Say you moved up to 140, and so now Mario.
Never fighting at that way.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? But he pulls up, so now he's the champ, and then I'm gonna fight him. He beats me, so he's still the champ at 140. But then there's a nigga like Floyd that has already had these super fights at 140, and that's always had the belt. And so at that point, he's like,
there's 1.5 million belts.
Exactly. It's just
problem.
three. It's three at every weight class. So if there's lightweight, you see what I'm saying? Floyd just pretty much went and collected. He went 140, got them all, 130, 147, 150, even went the most, he went up to 154 and just took Canelo's. But then they bought the other one, like that one, once they took that one to 160 or 158 with Sergio Martinez, the 154 shit. I don't even know where the belt Sergio had because it wasn't 160. He was like, when he used to fight at like 158. Like, I don't know, it was weird. They only do that to charge you. It's sanctioning fees.
They don't always have the belt on the line if they're fighting.
And that's why, because sometimes, if you're saying,
if I'm a champ at 160 and then like I'm fighting a guy at 154, that 160 belt's not on the line
at all.
I'm fighting at 154.
But see the thing. So if we're all in the same weight class, he's the next ranked nigga. He's your mandatory. So Cam is supposed to you automatically for the green belt for that WBC. He's the mandatory, and unless you fight him, they're gonna strip you of it. And that's how it becomes vacant for some other nigga to get it. So then they go, all right, well, I don't want to fight him because the pay-per-view people want to see me and Mario. But the actual sanctioning bodies are calling for Cam and Mario. So then I'm like, fuck it. He's like, fuck it, I'm going to take the bag, pay-per-view money, and I'm going to fight Tony, and we going to get like 40 million.
That's like what Poirier just did right now.
He turned down the title fight with...
He could have got the belt.
With Oliveira.
Yeah.
And then fought Conor.
Charlie Olives.
And who's not even... Was Conor even ranked?
They made him ranked.
Yeah,
anytime he starts the fight, they like just make you. They just throw you in.
They
there
just add, just like Cheech did in the movie. He just adds somebody in from into a top 10 or top 15. So that's literally what
they had him floating around in the
because he's Conor
because he's Conor and the
McNugget
shit. Yeah,
he's Conor McNugget.
But he that was a big fall. Poirier, man, stepping up. He's gonna get a title shot for sure. So that's good for him. I just saw that this is the second.
Wasn't he the intern when he lost it to Khabib?
Before, yeah. He was an intern.
So he was an intern
because Khabib,
Khabib was the real champion.
He didn't fight during Ramadan, right?
Yeah. And so they gave it to.
He was fasting during that whole period. So like he was like, nah, I'm out of training camp. So if you want to have somebody have an interim, I'll fight him next. That's fine. I don't care.
But then it seems like they had two interviews. Because then what's the other dude that fought that he knocked out or tapped out? Khabib. I can't remember his name. The dangerous. What they always call him, super dangerous with the hands. Lil Homer Simpson, they always call him.
Gaethje?
Yeah. That nigga. So he have a belt. It's like I don't get to because I guess he's like that's something they call like. But do we have time to get into real quick?
Shout out to Jesse Gaethje
about the Wilder and.
We at 57 minutes, and Instagram don't like when we go over an hour on live, so we need to, So if we gonna promote anything, I feel like this
just
would be the best time.
Anybody
got anything they want to drop?
Plug it up.
Airbnb. This Saturday, Pacific Hill Studio at 1 p.m. If you are trying to be in the lead role, I have 2 lead roles that needs to be filled, and they will be filled. So just pull up Pacific Hill Studios. Just type that in your Google, and it will give you the location at 1 p.m. Pull up.
Where can they find you at?
They can find me at UrDream TV. UrDream.TV.
Oh yeah.
Peace out, y'all. Peace and love. Innovative culture all day.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
With Tony Gramz at Tony Gramz, TONY_GRAMS, and doing the same shit. Shows coming up, Jokes and Notes on the 23rd at the Sunset Room, 6099 Sunset. That's Monday the 19th. Flappers, my boy D's doing his Flappers. I'll probably be opening up on something on there or just doing a few minutes in the main room. That's, I believe, the August 1st. Whatever, it's the first Sunday of August. So, follow my story, tap in, you'll get all that shit. So, can't remember it right now, but shit, thanks for checking us out.
That's right.
All right. I'll be doing comedy tomorrow night, Stardust Club at 8:30.
Hey.
Shout out to the homie Ryan once again for the spot. I will be doing a Twitch stream, playing some music on Friday. See me at Puro Caballero, same shit, on Instagram. I'll post about that shit. And then I got more comedy Saturday at 9 out in Placentia. Extra Crispy Comedy Show. It's all on my Instagram. Check it there. And then next Tuesday in Long Beach, I will be there. Boom. That's it.
So,
appreciate it.
Everybody, I'm Coolazzcam, coolest motherfucker on the planet. I appreciate y'all one more time for giving us y'all time. If you watch all the way to the end, I thank you. And, we appreciate you so much. Tune in with everything else that we got going on. We got plenty more to come, and we hope to satisfy your entertainment, your thirst for entertainment. That's what we do.
976 number. I hope to satisfy your thirst.
Check out our website, www.theinnovativeculture.com. You'll have access to everything that we got going on. You make sure you hit that contact link right there. You fill out the contact form. And you're going to be able to hit us and let us know what you want to do, and we will help create your dream and put it together. And that's what we do around here. So we'll see you on the next one.
Yeah.
Innovative.